This little thing is a prenatal vitamin.
Good morning. Oh, that is, if you're wondering what that noise is, that is my mocha pot. I'm making coffee. Oh, I'm making a café de olla.
But it's not an olla. Olla means pot.
Oh, it's a café de mocha. But it's not chocolate though. It's a mocha pot. Olla is a pot? I didn't know that. Oh.
Yeah, like the pot.
I see.
Yeah.
Alright, well, Café de Olla is a Mexican coffee, styled coffee, where... Ooh, got my Café de Olla!
There it is, you can see it overflowing.
That's over. It actually never overflows. Why? Why today? Maybe I put too much water in it. But yeah, Café de Olla is a Mexican coffee where they brew coffee with, I'm assuming cinnamon and...
With cinnamon sticks.
Cinnamon sticks. I didn't have cinnamon sticks. I had cinnamon powder is what I used. So I put coffee inside the little coffee container thing in the mocha pot, and I sprinkled a little cinnamon powder on top of that. So we'll see. First time doing that, trying it out.
So it's the fake café de olla because you didn't use cinnamon sticks. Just like how you use fake lime juice to make ceviche. That's like, what are you doing, man?
Well, I happen to not be Mexican. If you couldn't tell.
Married to a Mexican, so that automatically makes you like honorary Mexican.
Well, you know, trial and error. You know, that's how I earn my Mexican status, right? So when I earn it, the status of being an honorary Mexican, I feel like I've gone through the trenches.
Like you really earned it.
I really earned it. I really feel Mexican inside right here. Yeah, we'll see how my coffee goes today. But yeah, what are you doing over there? It looks really important what you're doing.
I was working on house stuff, so some grown-up things like looking at the appraisal report and finding out that we've actually, so based off of the sales price that we got our house and then the appraisal report, it looks like we have made a $200 profit on our home already. So for those of you that don't know what that means, it's that someone comes to the house and then they appraise it, so they kind of see like how much is this house actually worth. And so they gave us a number that, okay, this is how much I think your house is worth, and then we compared it to the amount that we're paying for the house, and we have a $200 profit. So it's so cute. It's so tiny compared to like a whole ass house.
Well, you think about it, I mean, we haven't even moved in yet, so if we lived here for what, like if we lived in this house for, you know, the projected, what, 5 to 7 years, you would think that that $200 would turn into a really significant number then.
Yeah, hopefully one day.
Yes.
Now, whoa. Now I'm not doing house stuff anymore. I'm now working on JK News because tomorrow is JK News, which means today's a Wednesday, which means Wednesday's JK News prep day, which means I have no life and I just focus on JK News. That's my day. Except today, we're gonna be going to the office because we're gonna have a meeting with the guys, a quick one. So that's gonna eat up a chunk of time out of my day. They did give me the option of Skyping in, so I might do that so I don't waste a lot of time in traffic.
True.
But
it's also good to get out of the house too sometimes. And nice little, maybe if we work really hard up until the meeting and then we treat the meeting as like a little break from the house.
We can do that. Look how many vitamins I'm taking now these days.
Wow.
So this is collagen, this is omega-3 fish oil, and this little thing is a prenatal vitamin.
Is that why all the vitamins are happening all at once?
Well, I'm not, I don't know if I'm supposed to be taking them together, but I started taking this one because it is recommended that if you're trying to make a baby, you should start taking prenatal vitamins. So today's the second day I'm taking them.
But that's cool.
I'm excited to go to JK News tomorrow for once because JK News is always like my hell on earth day because I'm always so stressed to make sure keep the show running, make sure I get everything right, make sure everyone's happy, make sure I am not messing up. And so that's why it's always the most stressful day of the week for me. But last week we did a change that has reignited the excitement for me. So the change is that we are no longer starting off the videos with "in blah blah news, submitted by blah blah blah," and then you say the headline. We took that out, and then we realized that by having that intro in each video, it has kind of made it challenging and more difficult for me as a host to present the news, because once you get that headline in the beginning of the video, the cast is already gone. Like, they're off the rails, they're grabbing whatever they can and they're trying to make commentary on it, which is fun and all, but in order to maintain some sort of structure in the video, having that that intro just creates chaos right off the bat. So removing that, last week I was able to start the videos in whatever way I wanted to, and it was really fun because I was like trying to explore and see like, oh, maybe I can start by like pulling Bart in. I'll be like, so Bart, blah, 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 blah. And it just felt so much more natural. Or I'll start off with like asking a question and being like, so have you guys ever blah, 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 blah. And then like, I don't know, I had a freaking blast.
It felt like a real conversation. And
I felt like a real host for one, because I always feel like I'm the ringleader, like the circus ringleader, and I'm always like trying to wrangle everyone back in and be like, wait, I still gotta tell you the story. And because they go off on like in the submitted by or whatever, then it'll be the entire video that we don't even really get to the story. Or if we do get to the story, I feel like, oh my gosh, I only have their attention for a very small amount of time. Let me try to condense this information as much as I can. And because I'm so like panicking, I end up giving more information than I need to. And because I'm also afraid of missing information. So there's a lot going on in here when I'm hosting JK News, and it's like the most stressful thing ever. And now I'm feeling like, oh, okay, this can be, even for the prep side, just preparing the articles for the day, that's already stressful too, because then we end up going through like the same kind of articles, and we're always like, oh my gosh, there's nothing in the news for us to grab and really talk about, because everything's usually the same, like the same thing happens. And it's so silly, by just that small adjustment of not having the title and me thinking of how I'm going to present this story, it has opened up the possibilities of types of articles I can talk about, or things that even if we talked about it in the past, I could present it in a different way where we can talk about it from a different perspective. So now I'm having fun with my job.
High five, baby.
Yeah. I used to spend hours and hours on one story, writing so many notes, and it was all wasted effort because I would never even get to the information. So I've been doing this for like 4 years. How long have I done this? I don't know, 4?
Longer than 4
years, 5 years, 4, 3?
6?
I have no, not 6.
We've had our vlog channel for 5 years almost now.
I don't think I did news since the beginning of our channel. Did I?
Oh, I don't know then.
But it's been a minute, so now I'm seasoned in this space. What are you doing today?
Oh, me? Oh, I thought you were talking to them. I was like, I don't know what they're gonna do. Tell us. I am going to, I'll help you with JK News. So yeah, for JK News, I am now in charge of getting all the videos and collecting photos and things like that too. So I'm probably gonna do that today. So basically, I am taking over B-Choi's position at JK News, where he used to collect videos and photos and present it in a way where Tiff can present it at JK News. And so
today's your first week of doing that.
Yeah. So I gotta be a detective on the internet and look for things in photos and cross-reference and things like that. Which sounds really fun, actually. I'm actually looking forward to it.
Yeah, and then also since the In Blah 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 News is out, because that used to be B-Choi's job to give me different options.
Yeah, and they come up with like some punny or clever, witty.
Sometimes the people who actually submit it, like we'll use their name for the title, but they won't provide a headline for like the In Blah 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 News. Like they'll just leave it blank and they'll only put their name when they're submitting the article. So in those cases is when B-Choi would have to come up with some options for us to use for the title. But now that that's out the window, there's less work. So you got lucky. You came in the first week that we don't have to do it.
Hooray for laziness.
It's not laziness, it's efficiency.
Efficiency, yes. But before I do my less work, I'm going to get my coffee. All right, let's go and figure out if this Cafe de Olla actually worked out the way I had intended it to. Steam.
This ad popped up in my computer, and that's my old house. That's my old house. That's the house you met me at. This is the house you would come and visit me.
No way.
Yes, it's this house.
They modified it a lot.
Yeah, they did.
Looks nice.
Because this thing wasn't there, like the framing or whatever in the window wasn't there, and then they changed the doors.
Oh, I miss that house. That house. We got a lot of memories in that house.
That creeped me out. Or I'm like, what? Why is my house in an ad? My old house.
How does this smell to you?
Close, but you didn't really hit it.
Is it more than just cinnamon? I didn't look it up on Google.
I don't know.
Maybe I should have Googled it. It smells okay. Smells like the Mexican brunches that we always go to.
I think it's like barely doing it.
Oh, maybe more cinnamon. More cinnamon.
Still way more coffee. And usually Café de Olla, to me, smells more like cinnamon than coffee.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know, it smells a little burned. Like you're the type of coffee you're using.
Oh, it's a Cubano coffee. Oh, this is really hot. Oh yeah, if you're wondering about the banging noises, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but they're working on a roof today. They're working on a roof for the next 2 weeks, I think. And it's really annoying. And they recently worked on a road out front too. And it's like we have to deal with all this traffic and noise and inconveniences right before moving. So we can't even enjoy this place at the finish line of us being here.
I know, isn't that ridiculous? We're literally leaving this month, like at the end of this month. And now is when they decide to fix the roof. Yeah. And earlier too, how long has it been now? Maybe like 2 weeks, maybe a month. They were fixing the street out. So they were fixing all the potholes. And we're like, yay, we get to finally experience having a normal street. Because it's always it was so jacked up with all the potholes that we had. So, I mean, at least like the last 2 months that we live here, we get to have a nice smooth street. But I'm like, come on, we've lived here for so long.
Yeah. And no more leaks now or something, wherever they're fixing up there. I'm not sure what they're fixing. We don't have leaks. I don't think we have leaks, bless you.
Thank you.
But yeah, they're now fixing things as we're leaving. So we don't get to reap the benefits that much. You're right. Coffee tastes kind of weird with the cinnamon. I don't think you're supposed to put ground cinnamon. I think the ground cinnamon actually maybe even it's actually in the actual coffee versus getting the scent of it. Oh well, I tried.
So you don't like it?
So I didn't earn my Mexican badge today with this one.
Oh,
gotta try it again.
Trial and error. So you're
trial and error, yes. Bless you.
Jeez.
Are you allergic to Cafe de Olla?
Yes.
I'm reading this book about Buddhism. It's for beginners. I am a beginner. What?
You touched it.
Yeah.
It's for beginners.
It's for beginners. Yes, it is. But yeah, I recently, I have been in therapy, and then prior to being in therapy, I took like a one-on-one class with a meditation teacher. Taught me about mindfulness and stuff like that, and just to, kind of, get rid of negative energies and stuff like that. And now I'm expanding into learning about Buddhism and seeing what kind of enrichment that can provide me.
Yeah, I want to read it after you.
Alright guys, I totally didn't bring you guys along to the JK party, or JK meeting. I didn't bring you along with anything I did today, other than the morning. It's late now, it's almost midnight, and Tiff's gone off to bed, and finalize the JK News articles that we were talking about earlier today. It's my first week doing like the full-on JK News thing. It feels like you just finished cramming for a test. News programs are exhausting. So this is what we usually look at for JK News. It's like our Google Drive, and we have like, you know, a list of you know, articles that we're covering for today. And I guess it's like a bit of a sneak peek for you guys, if you guys wanted to see what kind of episodes are gonna come out in the near future for you guys. I know exactly what Tiff is talking about when she says she's stressed out on Wednesday nights and on Thursdays. You know, it's very high octane for her, just like internally, you know, like the mental capacity part of it. But it's fun though. Yeah, I don't know the end of the sentence. I'm tired.